Well, I spent a lot more time on this new album than I did on the past. You know, what happened with the second siding was, you know, we came off the road and we only had about 45 days time frame to finish the album before we had to go to Europe and shoot the live video. And at the time I was sick with bronchitis, you know, it was just a lot of complications. I was going through some personal problems, and, you know, the album just didn't really do it for us, do it for me personally. And, you know, in retrospect, you know, there's a lot of the reasons why were just some of the ones I've cited. So this new album, I decided, you know, to really take some time. You know, we started pre-production in the spring and we didn't finish till August. I think it really shows. Yeah. I think by far this is probably the best record I've ever done.
You're writing differently now than you used to, you think?
Well, I'm writing with different people, you know. I got a couple of different co-writers. You know, I got Richie Scarlett back involved with the group again. You know, Todd Howarth has left. You know, his roots are a lot similar to mine, you know, because he's from New York, and whereas Todd was from California. And I think the energy level has definitely been elevated, to say the least.
Yeah. Has the audience changed? I mean, you were through here a couple years ago, and of course with KISS, obviously there's an audience for Ace Frehley.
Yeah. It's really nice. I was at a radio station the other day, and I met two 18-year-old contest winners, and, you know, and they said, wow, we got really turned on to you, you know, when you did the Rock Soldiers record, you know, which was my first Megaforce Atlantic release. You know, we've been big fans ever since that record. And then, you know, and one guy goes to me, wow, you know, I just found out last week you were the guitar player in KISS for 10 years. Which kind of makes me feel good because, you know, obviously there's an audience out there that are accepting me just for who I am, and I'm not, you know, making it on the fact that I was once a member of KISS. So it makes me feel good.
Well, and the fact that you're producing. I mean, you've got some solid tunes on the new album, and the first couple records did well too.
Yeah. By far, I think this is going to be my most successful record, though. I feel that in my gut.
What about touring? You mentioned the energy level on stage. I mean, you know, musically, your history with KISS is a big stage production. You doing anything differently with the stage?
Well, obviously, we're not playing arenas. You know, we're playing, you know, large clubs and small theaters, and we're doing as much special effects as we can. You know, I still have the smoking guitar and the light guitar, and, you know, we blow up a few amplifiers, and I shoot a few rockets out of the end of my guitar, and whatnot. You know, so I mean, there's definitely something. You know, there's a production there, to you know, limited at this point in time. You know, until we get to the status where we can play larger arenas, you know, and afford to do a more elaborate show. But you know, I think what's happening is pretty exciting.
Is that where you want to go? Do you want to get back to the mega arena stuff? I mean, because you're so successful, and the audience just eats you up when you're smaller, closer venues.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind having a top 10 hit and being elevated to arenas again. You know, I mean, I'm comfortable playing arenas. I played them for years. I've probably played every major venue in the United States and around the world. So going back to them as a headliner would be great, you know. But I have no problem doing what I'm doing now. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm working with people that I enjoy working with. You know, my new drummer, Sandy Slavin's terrific. You know, he's one of the heaviest drummers I've ever worked with. You know, Richie Scarlett is back in the group. You know, I worked with him in 1985 when I did my first KISS tour, first tour away from KISS. And of course, I'm still with John Regan on bass. And, you know, things couldn't be better right now. The single's doing real well, and the tour's doing real well.
Well, you know, it seems for the last couple of years, you know, you produce a record and you go out. You do a record and you go out. What keeps you fresh, not only musically, but performance-wise?
Well, as I said earlier, and you know, getting Richie involved with the project again was a breath of fresh air. Getting a new drummer, that's new blood. You know, I co-wrote a few songs with different people that I haven't written before. Never written before with Mark Ferrari from Kiel. We co-wrote a song called Five Card Stud, which is a pretty cool tune, and Carter Cathcart, a song called Remember Me. Even though I wrote that a long time ago, you know, we decided to put it on this record. And, you know, I'm just, I'm having fun.
That's good. Do you feel, you know, you went through a couple things a couple years ago that I don't personally want to get into, but with an accent and some other things. Do you feel, as a role model, you have to do things differently? You have to be straighter? You have to give a message to the kids as well as good music?
Well, I have a 9-year-old daughter now, and I'm probably more concerned about being a role model for her than my fans. But, I do have a responsibility to my fans also. So, getting busted for drunk driving, wasn't the greatest thing, for a rock star. It's not setting a good example. I mean, that's one of the reasons I wrote that song, Rock Soldiers, which is basically an anti-drunk driving song. And I don't drink and drive anymore. In fact, I don't drink much anymore at all, period. So, I'm trying to send out, the right signals. I still have a wild reputation, though. It's something hard to get rid of, when for so many years you have this reputation of being a party animal. But in reality, I'm not anymore.
But you're still having a good time. I mean, you're having as much fun now.
Yeah. I'm actually having more fun now than I'm a lot more coherent.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about the future. If you read the trades and you believe rumors, you guys going to get together maybe next year?
Anything's possible.
Come on, Ace, lay it out. What's going on?
We've discussed it. All we've done is discussed it. We haven't had any promoters offer us any money. We haven't gotten down to any contracts yet. But we have talked about it.
But you're open to it?
I'm open to it, and Paul and Gene are open to it.
Good to hear it.